right, in this video, we're going to check out repl.it as our toolchain. So the assumption is that you do not have access to a Mac, and therefore you don't have access to Xcode, or you don't have access to an iPad either, which you could at least do playgrounds on an iPad, which would allow you to do quite a bit of the Swift programming that we're going to do in this course. So if you don't have any access to that, then I'm assuming you're using a PC or a Chromebook, and you're going to use a website called repl.it. And that's the website we're going to use, that we're going to go to on your Chrome or PC to actually do Swift programming. Now, it's interesting that back in 2014, in June, Apple open sourced Swift, and that means it's available to everybody. And it is because of this type of thing that Swift has continued to advance as a very positive language. It is a great language for you to learn right off the chute. So to get started, you're going to launch a web browser. I recommend Chrome as the web browser to use, which is what I will start out here. And I'm launching Chrome. And then once I get Chrome up and running, I'm going to go to where I would normally enter a URL, and I'm going to type in repl.it and hit enter, and I'm now at the REPL site. Now, I don't have to create an account to do any coding. And by the way, this site supports a lot of different coding options. So if I go over here to the right and I click Start Coding, you can see it gives me a list of all of the languages that supports, and there are a lot of them. I haven't counted them, but I'm guessing there's close to 100. So if I type in Swift here, though, it will actually narrow down that list just to Swift. I'm going to hit Enter here, and then I'm going to say Create REPL. And now I've created my first program space in the toolkit to actually start writing Swift. And you'll see over here on the left, there's a place for different files, which we're only going to use the main.swift file for quite a while. And then we have the area where we can actually do our coding. And then over here on the right is like our console, which is where it's going to show results from whatever it is we wrote in our code. So again, the goal of this is just to do Hello World, which is the classic thing to do when you start up a tool chain for the first time. And it is what every developer does. And so we're going to do that as well. So we can say print, I'm typing in print, and you'll notice I did an open paren and it gave me a closed paren, and it kept me right in the middle, which is really nice. So it's balancing my parentheses. And then I can do an open quote, and look, it gave me a closed quote, which is also great, and it put me right in the middle. And then I can type in Hello World with an exclamation point, and I can run this by clicking Run. And when I click Run over here on the right, we will see that it will go off. It will compile the program, and it will eventually run it. And sure enough, it says Hello World right there. That's what it printed out. And so we have successfully used repl.it, and we've successfully written our first line of code in Swift, and we've run it.